You packed up your fear. You're stepping into your dreams. Yes. But nobody tells you that the free, quote unquote, acting class that you find online is a part of a cult. I had to find out the hard way. Oh. Welcome to Creative Struggles. I am Nahjalae, and today we are going to be talking about, are things really free, or is there an underlying something that is not being discussed when we are referring to the word free? Now, before we get into that, we have to do the grind report. You guys know this. Let's get into that really quickly. It's going to be super quick because you know what? I haven't booked anything yet. Yes. No, not yet. It's okay. Why stress? There's no stress. It's okay. I just keep submitting and going about my day. Let's talk about this cult situation, child. Let's start from the beginning. Now, before I moved here, a couple days actually, before I moved here, I got on Eventbrite and I said, you know what? I really want to find an acting class, but I don't have a lot of money. So let's just see if they're offering something free. Probably not likely, but it doesn't hurt to see. So I typed in free acting classes in LA. One ad came up and it said that they were offering a free acting class with a 5-time award-winning director producer. So immediately that grabbed my attention. So I'm like, wow, they're offering this for free. You would think that you would have to pay a good amount of money to hear from a person like this, but maybe they're just giving back. Maybe they don't want anything in return, because there are people genuinely nice that are doing that in the world. So I just assumed that they were one of those people. I'm looking at the description and nothing is standing out to me that's a red flag. I just seen that it was inside of a church, and I didn't think anything was wrong with that because churches have auditoriums. Why would they be doing anything wrong at a church? So I remember I pulled into the parking lot and I'm trying to find a parking spot. All of a sudden, this security guard falls from the sky because he wasn't at the entrance. I didn't know they had security for churches like that, but cool. But we do live in a world where people are a little strange. So, hey, I get it. Fine. Went through security and I get into the auditorium. Things are going well. The writer slash producer comes. She talks to us for a little bit and we act out some scenes. Cool. It was nice. Right when the class ended, though, there were these people in these black and white suits that come in and they have this rolling TV set and a whiteboard. Now, I was a little taken back because are we learning something else? I thought the class was over because the writer producer has already skedaddled out of here. So what are we doing? And they're like, oh, we just want to show you guys some courses that you could take that could really help you in your future and you're pursuing your goals and your dreams and aspirations. And we really want to be there for you guys. And we would really like if you could take one of these classes and it would really be beneficial for you. And I'm just thinking, they want some money. I ain't got it for them. That's the whole reason why I came to the free acting class. So, of course, I listen and I'm like, I just came for the acting class. Sorry, I don't want to take any courses. And they're like, oh, well, we'll give it to you for free. Okay, this free word is being thrown around quite frequently. So now I'm side-eyeing because one, the class was free. You're offering me a free course in return for what? It was just the question that I had in my head because I couldn't place it. They were really nice people. So instead of using cult, I'm going to use organization. The organization, very strange. Some of them very strange, but some of them were actually really cool. And I remember asking one of them, are you guys hiring? Because at the time, I was only working a part-time job and I was looking for another job because we had rent, right? I just thought these people worked here and went home. What is your job description? What do you guys actually do? I'm just trying to understand what they do. So maybe I could apply and work here too. And they were kind of beating around the bush. And I just didn't understand why, because you can't tell me what you do. Is this not a job? So then they referred me to somebody else. He asked me specific questions. Did I have any kids? Was I in a relationship? Have I ever been married? All of these questions that I didn't feel like he needed to know, because why does any of that matter in order to have a job? I just need money. Why are we in my personal business? I was confused. I answered no to all the questions. He gives me a packet that was an application, and I'm looking through it and I'm just like, something is just not right here. So now I'm asking other questions because the application wasn't making too much of any sense. Some of these questions are a little off. So I remember one of them was being very straight up, and they were like, well, look, we can only date within ourselves, within the organization. We all have to live together. We only get an hour to ourselves on Sundays to go and get personal items. I'm like, is this a cult? Because that's what that sounds like to me. This is giving cult. And they're like, no, 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 it's nothing like that. It's a very strict organization that, we just try to follow. And I was like, so what if, hypothetically, what if your family member was in danger, or somebody was sick in your family, or you wanted to go on vacation? What can you do? And they're like, oh no, we can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? We can't do that. I'm like, so, okay, another question. If you no longer want to be a part of this quote unquote organization, what do you do? Well, that's not a thing. What do you mean it's not a thing? Well, we can't just leave. I asked no more questions. I was cool. I no longer was interested in having the job because the job is being in the cult. So thank you. I still proceeded to go to the acting classes because, again, they were free, and I was going there for like 7 months. And what I would do is every time after the acting class ended, I would skedaddle out of there. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. I don't want to do any more courses. I don't want to do anything else. I'm only here for the acting class. That's it. That's all. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to talk about nothing else but acting. Ain't got nothing to do with acting. I don't want to hear about it. No. And these classes were at night, so I definitely was not trying to stick around. Once the class was over, I got up out of there. So normally it was always me and this other person that would be going to the acting classes. We both had an understanding of, yeah, once the class is over with, we got to get up out of here. And I remember one night they were not there. They didn't come. I was like, dang, I'm here by myself. Not by myself in the sense I was the only person in the class, but by myself as in, oh, I don't have the other person here with me. So it was like probably 3 other people in the class. So the usual class was great. And I remember when the class ended, I was like, oh, let me use the restroom. I come out of the restroom. There is this guy in the black and white suit standing by the door. And honestly, he scared me because he backed me into a corner and said, hey, why haven't you taken any courses? We've been waiting for you to take these courses. Sir, you're triggering me. Why are you bagging me into a corner? It's almost 11 at night. I'm very uncomfortable. Please get away from me. I just want to know why you haven't done any of the courses that we would like for you to do. Sir, I do not feel comfortable. Please back away from me. I need to leave. He kept talking. I went underneath his arm and got my stuff. I left. I never went back. Mind you, everybody else has already left. I'm by myself, and this man has backed me into a corner. I don't know you, sir. Please let me leave. And ironically, COVID happened after that. So that was very scary. Never went back. And to this day, They send me postcards, letters. They even have my number still. I block whatever number that they're texting from every time because why are you guys still contacting me? And then I remember telling a family member about the situation and they were like, that's a cult. It all started making sense because why would they be asking me if I have kids, if I've ever been married? Why are they asking me all of these questions? Why can't they leave? Why do they all have to live in the same place? Why can they only have personal time to themselves 1 hour a day on a Sunday and they're only getting about $20? No, thank you. I mean, I knew then when they were telling me that, I was like, yeah, this ain't the job for me. Also, there was not one Black person there, so that should have been a sign in itself. But again, I only seen the free, so I just was there for the free acting class, and that was it. That was all. Now, moving on to a win is a win. A win is I'm still alive, and I did not join the organization. I was never going to join anything. I was never even going to work there after that whole debacle with the job application. No, thank you. I'm alive and well. Thank you, Jesus. Now, lessons learned. Just because something says free does not mean that it is actually free. There's an underlying something that you either have to give up or the person that's offering it to you for free that they're expecting from you. So, that free word can be a little tricky, and that's what gets people. Read between the lines. And I was trying to read between them, but there was nothing in between the lines. Just do further research. Definitely research beforehand. And I thought, honestly, that's what I did. I looked up the director slash producer. I seen that she produced and directed all of these films. Cool. But it wasn't her. It was the organization. I didn't do any research on them because I didn't realize that that was something I need to do further research on. I just thought that that's where the class was being held. I didn't know that they were going to try and get me to do these courses and bag me into a corner and probably never see the light of day again. I didn't realize that part. So yeah, just be careful when you're looking at these websites and they say free anything because nothing is ever free in life. And it's very unfortunate because we all like free stuff, but what does that free come with is the question at hand. So again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, if you're listening on any of the podcast streaming websites, thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, do your research because that free word will mess you up every time. All right, now, see you guys later. In the next episode, we are going to be talking about jobs. Now, I touched on jobs before. But these jobs in particular, y'all gonna want to hear about the story, okay? I'll talk to you. Bye.